back to another video on our Defender 90 BMW swap build. And this morning, we still haven't got it running, and it was a little bit disappointing in the last episode because it didn't run, and it was nothing due to our own fault. However, today, we are going to be fitting the big LOF Brake kit. Now, you know, it's all well and good installing a BMW engine and putting a load of power into this vehicle, but we've got to make sure that this vehicle can stop as well. Now, it would have been okay if we had a vented brake setup on the front, but this one actually had a solid setup on the front. So, and although the brakes were fine, they're still in great order, the calipers are okay, modernising the brakes is a great idea. So, reached out to LOF, and we love them as a company, they're really, really good, they always help us out, and huge shout out to LOF. And basically what they've sent us out is, we've got their big front brake kit on the front, which will fit with 16-inch wheels and a set of spacers, and then we've got their power spec rear brake kit setup. And it's really good actually. I'm excited to open these kits up, so we'll open them up and talk you guys through the kit. So guys, what I love about LOF is you literally have everything to do the job, and this is amazing because it's not something you see often. It's like a whole complete package. You get everything, because you often find if you buy a set of brakes for your own car, you come to fit the discs and the pads, and then you find out you need the fitting kit. Then you order the fitting kit, the wrong one arrives for your specific vehicle. Then you realise you don't have a new stake nut, brake grease, high pressure grease, etc., gaskets. This comes with every single thing to do this job properly, and it's amazing. It really is good because it's just one of those things. Everything turns up, you know you can get the job done. In a couple of hours, you'll have a proper brake kit fitted, all good quality. What have we got in here? These will be the pads, aren't they? Excellent, just nice. And we know it's all going to fit specific to the vehicle, and it is crazy how much arrives, and the quality of it is great as well. Packaging's quality, customer service is great, communication's great. It even comes with caliper bolts, which is just amazing. And the little circuit as well. It's just totally nut and bolt, everything ready to go. All quality stuff as well. So, on the rear, on a 90, obviously you've got a 60-40 braking split between the vehicle. So most of the braking performance is going to be up the front. So you've got the big brake kit for the front. And the rear is basically just like their performance kit. So, what are they, slotted and grooved, drilled and grooved? Drilled and grooved. But they're not holes through them. No. So dimple and groove, whatever you want to call it. Basically a performance kit. And these will just aid, these little grooves here and the holes will aid in the cooling down of the disc, and that increases your performance. Because you can then apply more pressure and get more friction and then get hotter, and they can work and still within their operating temperatures. In the kit here as well, grease, the back hub seals, the inner hub oil seals, amazing. This is really nice, and yeah, they're going to go straight on. ABS compatible as well for this vehicle, which it is, and yeah, decent kits. It's nice. We're going to have new disc and pads all the way around, and the original calipers are in great condition, so these will fit fine. So we'll pack this kit away, and we'll open up their new front brake kit.
Yes.
What has he done? Oh, he's hilarious, Luke. I was really looking forward to some Battenbergs there. So what we've got here is their big front brake setup, and that is a single vented disc. I mean, just look at the size of these. Absolutely outrageous. So this will really, really help. Obviously, with a bit of performance behind the wheel, it's got to be safe, and you've got to be able to stop. And if you're going to be using the power and the performance, yeah, it's silly not to. I mean, look at the size difference here. So it's single, so they can't cool down as much. Non-vented, then you had vented. This is just a massive vented setup. Woo! Anodized, performance red. Look at those.
Oh, they look smart.
They look sick. Really, really nice. A huge shout out to LOF. That's absolutely amazing. Nice machining, nice quality kit here. That's going to make all the difference when we're coming to slow this vehicle down. So there's nothing left to do. Let's strip down the old hardware and get all this stuff installed. So guys, we've gone ahead and replaced our brakes with LOF's big brake setup. These are the original discs that were on the front. They were worn, they were tired, they weren't up to the job with this BMW engine. I mean, look at the size difference. Absolutely mad. The thickness of these versus these. And then we've gone ahead and thrown on a terra firma spacer just so we can fit our 16-inch wheels over the top. Just means that this vehicle's going to stop. We've also done the rear setup, so we've got LOF's Power, Road Spec, whatever it was. I think it was Power Spec, wasn't it? It was a Power Spec kit for the 90, which is this. Again, great kit, all perfect, throwing it all together, looking really nice. And now we've actually got some other terra firma goodies to put onto this vehicle. We've got a bigger steering damper, which is going to pull the wheels back to the centre, a return to centre. We've also got a nice skeleton, their new skeleton steering guard, and then their new skeleton rear steps. We're going to go ahead and install those now. So guys, these are terra firma's new rear steps, and they go similar on each side, and it's like their take on a NAS step, which I think looks really, really smart. There's a real nice pattern to this, and it's just going to sort of make this vehicle look a little bit better. We've got a nice black and red theme going on with this vehicle, and we've got their new skeleton steering guard as well. It's some nice little red accents for your tow hooks, and it's a really nice design actually. There's a lot of designs out there on the market, and this is like it's quite similar to another premium brand, and it looks really smart. Again, it's just like a lightweight, it's not really a vehicle for smashing up off-road, but if you are to hit a rock, this is definitely going to do the job, and it looks good as well. It looks really nice and smart, quite lightweight, still nice and strong, really well made, nice powder coating finish as well. That's going to go somewhere there. We've also got their return to centre steering damper, and basically what this is going to do is just make sure that, you know, when the wheels are turned, the spring is going to basically pull the wheel back into the centre, so you've got a bit more control on the road. Great quality kit. I'm really happy with terra firma. I love their kit. I know there's a bit of a bad rap with some previous springs and lift kits and stuff like that. I'm here to tell you that it's all been sorted out. It's actually decent stuff, so we'll go ahead and install all of this and see what it looks like. Ready?
Right, go. What way are we going?
Go that way.
Go,
yeah, right and down, right. So we're going right, now let go. Cool, go the other way. Yeah?
Yep.
Let go. That's really cool. So it just assists the steering. So, you know, when you let go of the steering wheel, it turns back like a regular car. And again, this is just updating it, refining it, making it more usable on the road rather than sort of turning, you let go, it's sort of still going the same way. Just gives you a little bit more control over the steering, and the odd damper was ruined anyway. So, nice little upgrade, nice piece of kit, nice fit on this steering damper guard.
Really nice. Oh, you got to take a steering damper off.
Steering damper fitted, return to centre, and our new skeleton steering guard. Super lightweight, but still, if you can hit it with a rock or something, it's just going to protect your steering bars, your steering damper, etc. And obviously you've got your nice little tow hooks as well. We've got a whole nice red theme going on here, red and nice black. It's going to look really smart when this vehicle's down on the ground. We've still got to do the rear steps, so we'll just do that now. So guys, that's our terra firma rear steps fitted, and they just look really nice. It's a nice little addition. You know, you see a lot of them with NAS steps. I suppose it's a little bit, not overdone. I mean, it kind of is because they're just a really nice step. This is just a little bit more unique, and a little bit more custom, and I think they look really nice. Good quality. They look like they're going to last a long time as well. There's a lot of NAS steps out there that rust after a year. The powder coating on that looks really nice. Fitting them was nice and easy, and they look great. So that's all the terra firma stuff pretty much complete. We're having a tidy up, going to bleed the front brakes, and I think we're done apart from the fuel pump.
How's it going?
Is this the moment?
It is the moment. How's your birthday going so far?
So far so good, mate, but I'm stressed about this. This car needs to start.
So, yes. You're
Is this the moment we're switching the key?
It is. Batch turns on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it gone?
Stressful.
Yeah. There's a few more grey hairs, my friend.
Come on, let's get it over with. Turn the key.
Oh, I'm a bit nervous.
So am I.
Right.
Is the vehicle lifted up?
No.
Is it worth lifting up slightly so that we can then put it in gear and drive it forward on the ramp?
No, we'll try it in gear. We'll try it and then go on the floor.
Yes! Oh, yes.
I need you to drive it home tonight.
Yeah, sure. I've got so many tools in a box already. And the fire extinguishers.
You always need to take it for 20 minutes or something like that. Pull over and just have a crawl around, make sure everything's okay again.
Yeah.
Double check levels, you know the score.
Yeah.
I've booked the MOT for 1 o'clock tomorrow.
So guys, now that it's up and running, we've got only the best here, Gareth from Empire Tuning. He's come all the way down from Essex to give this thing just a little bit more performance, and we want that awesome popcorn noise, which he always does, so we can actually have a limit on this thing and make it sound really good, just a bit of a party trick. And he's programming it now, so we'll let him do his job and see what it sounds like. Yes! That sounds absolutely mental. Do that again, one more. That is exactly why we use Gareth. Yes. Well, basically, so far this conversion has been a hell of a journey. We've had quite a few ups, quite a few downs. But my goodness, this thing is a serious bit of kit. And not to say, it sounds mental, feels great. It's been a bit of a painful one this episode. We've had to diagnose, I think we've lost about 3 or 4 days, honestly, trying to diagnose what has been wrong with this engine and all the electronic side of it. And it's come down to quite a few issues. It wasn't just 1 or 2, and that's quite frustrating from our point of view, because it's been stuff that's been supplied to us which has been incorrect. It ended up, it was the high pressure fuel pump, and Leon actually had to then change that. We had to buy a brand new high pressure fuel pump, have that fitted. That got us up and running. Then we had to find out that the viscous fan, the clutch on that was worn, the AC tensioner was worn, the alternator belt tensioner was worn, all the idlers on the front were seized, which means that but then basically Leon had to then fight again whilst the engine was inside. We had to then take out all the idlers, the tensions, all the good stuff, and change everything on the front end of the engine. So this thing has had a major overhaul, and it's running beautifully now. But it's just I suppose it's left us a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, because we buy these things so that we don't have this issue, I suppose. It's neither here nor there. The car is up and running. We had one more issue with this, which was a real shame actually. This is this is a brand new concentric slave, and this is the spacer. We had to space this 6mm away from the gearbox, and this is all supplied to us. Unfortunately, we should have that completely flat at the back here. Eventually what happened was we installed all the gearbox, we installed everything all back in the car, everything all back to normal, pressurized the slave, and then it popped the back of the slave cylinder out, and we had clutch fluid leaking all down the back and out the gearbox. And guess what that means? That means that the engine and gearbox had to be separated again, the gearbox had to come out, we had to do all of that again. And actually Dave hooked us up at 4x4 Fabrication. A huge shout out to Maker and 4x4 Fabrication. They custom machined one for us, which has this fully billet seat in here, which basically spaces the concentric slave away. That meant we could continue on with the job and actually get this vehicle completed. Now this vehicle is fully complete, and we couldn't be happier with how it's actually turned out. It's been a bit of a painful process getting this to where it is now, but everything is absolutely spot on. Let's have a little look at the car. So guys, we went ahead and fitted up our new engine cover. We had this painted in the original vehicle's body colour along with the Santorini details, and then we added just a Land Rover badge just to bring the level of installation up, I suppose. It just makes it look like it's a little bit more at home in this engine bay, and we've tried to do this as neat as possible, keeping this installation nice and fresh. Now it's amazing how much space is actually in this engine bay once this thing is installed. As I said, you get a lot more room on the sides and the back because the engine sort of creeps forward into the nose of this thing. Now this is a wonderful engine choice for these vehicles, and by all accounts it was a straightforward installation. As I said, I'm not going to go into it anymore. We've had a few problems. They're sorted. All right, so the installation is here. We've got the original BMW ECU there, and we've made a custom bracket and had that mounted in the original Land Rover location. We've mounted our new Futurina ECU just behind the heater box so you can just see it, and then our fuel pump relay is there, and our huge maxi fuse which powers up the whole engine harness and everything else. We've also gone ahead and isolated all the BMW stuff, so all the automatic gearbox connectors, any connectors we didn't need, we've clipped back, trimmed off, and then loom taped the whole loom to make this thing look as factory as possible sitting in the engine bay. You can just see down here, we've got a new fuel pump, new fuel lines, new return lines, new everything, new coolant hoses, new everything. Our engine mounts are down there, and our adapter is there. We've also got our new fuel filter housing down here, looking very neat. And again, it's just amazing how much space we have around here for when this thing does need servicing in the future. But we're all done with the installation, looking very neat indeed, and the car looks absolutely amazing, including those little terra firma features that we just got around the vehicle, just bringing the element of this vehicle up to a little bit of date. This vehicle is now nice and refined, and well, I suppose there's one thing, go ahead and start it up. So this is the first time this is the first time this has been running. Amazing how smooth this thing is. It's sitting absolutely bone still. Just listen to that. Super refined, and we've also got the demand exhaust, which is absolutely insane. I think it might actually be a little bit too loud. So this is our dash. The controller's speaking to everything, so we've got all the original functionality from the TDCI. So we've got our fuel gauge working, temperature gauge works, revs and speedo work. And this thing sounds absolutely insane. But it's very nice and smooth, and it's the refinement which is what we love about this engine conversion. Just listen to this. It might be a little bit too loud actually, thinking about it. But it just sounds so good. Go, give it a standing start, give it some beans, let's hear it. Oh my goodness. I cannot get over the delivery and the power. This engine choice is so well suited to this vehicle, and it's, I mean, let's not beat around the bush, it's a hell of a lot of fun as well, isn't it? What a great conversion. Yeah, exactly. Again, the big brake upgrade we've done has just made this thing feel slightly more refined and a bit safer for when we do come to stop this thing, because this thing is punching around 300 brake horsepower, and it's how it delivers it, and with all that torque. But it's so loud in here, isn't it? I can't even imagine outside, but I'm going to jump out so you guys can hear this thing rip past and see what this thing sounds like. So guys, this has been quite the transformation of this vehicle. We've had so many ups and quite a few downs, but all in all, this thing is so worth it, and the noise is crazy. It sounds amazing. It might be a little bit too loud, but it's not for me. I don't think it is for you either, just because we're happy about the noise and the conversion. The fact we got a 3-litre straight 6 engine, it's just absolutely singing as well. It sounds amazing. Those brakes are feeling good. This vehicle is well and truly up to date. Let me jump out so you guys can hear this thing. So guys, have a listen to this thing. It sounds insane. It's looking crazy. So guys, this has been actually, you know what, this has been quite a stressful conversion only because of what the issues we've outlined previously, but I would so do this thing again. It sounds amazing, and what an engine choice. I like hearing it on a manual box as well, and the Land Rover box is taking it very well. Like I said previously, there's no reason to update any of this stuff because we're not pushing mad power through this running gear all at once. And do you know what, it's not even about the power, the noise, the fun. It's how it delivers it. It's super refined, it's feeling wonderful. And it's just much more easier to drive than a Land Rover engine because you haven't got this lazy, clunky diesel behind it. It sort of feels, I suppose, now coming from this to a normal Land Rover or Ford engined Defender, it's not as fun. It's not as fun, and these things get way more miles to the gallon than any Land Rover engine. So these things get from 36 up to 44 miles per gallon out of a Defender, 6-cylinder, 3-litre. That noise, need I say more? Guys, this is insane, this conversion. I'm hooked on it, and I'm thinking Range Rover Classic. Do we do that? But maybe with an automatic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, whether we should do that. I think we might have to. I know there's a load of comments saying do an LS swap, but I think it's slightly too predictable. I think this is it. He's coming again, so just stand back and listen to this. That noise is just addictive. That sounds so good. And actually, Gareth, like I was saying earlier, Gareth has mapped in a little bit of a party trick for us. That sounds great, doesn't it? Out of a Defender. It sounds like a petrol. It performs like a petrol. It's so revvy and so fruity for a diesel, which is so unexpected. I didn't think it'd be like this. Bum bum, do the pop. Have a listen to this. Now tell me that. Absolutely ridiculous. Guys, I hope you've absolutely loved this build. I have enjoyed it regardless of how this last episode looks. We've just been stressed by it, but I'm super happy with how this thing's turned out. So guys, we've just got back from our test drive, and I can't believe this. This is just such a nice engine conversion. Really refined, really smooth, super powerful, and it's just, obviously you get miles per gallon. I just don't understand what's not to love. So it's yeah, really impressive, really happy with the conversion, happy with installation, happy with how it looks in the engine bay. And I think we've just really nailed this car and nailed this build. Despite the problems we may have faced, I think we've really pulled this one out of the bag. Don't forget to let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please don't forget to give us a follow on Instagram, which is @JuiceMotors. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. That is just outrageous.